What's up, guys? So, these videos, I just go over what I've sold the day before and how much I made on each book. Through I use a tool called Sellerboard, and I just kind of go through each one, updating my Google spreadsheet. That way, I can see exactly what money I made on each book and how much money I made that day. So let's hop in. First things first, though. See this book right here? I got an alert from Keepa, and this is the power of Keepa right here. Um, I can get this book for $95.77. A really high price book, but it is in good condition. It is FBA seller, but I can get free shipping since it's above $35. And let's see, we got, and then we can get it for 170. So I mean, it's not a huge ROI, but it is $36 of profit. So to me, that's worth it. Hold on, I gotta make sure that everything's going good on the broadcast here. Yeah, we're good. All right. So, um, as long as this book is still good to go at the end, I don't want to go through because I'll show my address if I check out with this book. But you can see that I could get it for higher. Here, the lowest used offer is 189. It is definitely looks like a college book because we got a little uptick in sales in September, and then we got uptick in sales in January. So it's probably more of a college book. But if I get it for 189, 53 bucks. So this is a really good book that I will be checking out. I'm just going to throw it over here on my other screen and we'll go on. All right. So, as you can see, as the title says, I made $205 yesterday. I'll get estimated payout of 206, which is strange, and I'll explain why I'll get 206 here in a second. 83 dollars of profit and $103 in gross. So the reason why I got $205 in sales and I'll get an estimated payout of 205, which usually the estimated payout will be less than the sales. But here's the great thing about Sellerboard. See, it'll show you the units sold right here. So we got one sold, one, and then right here it's 0 and 0. So my first thought was, oh crap, I got returns. But no, it's not the case. The refunds will be right here, and if these were returns, this would be zeros. Or I'm sorry, ones. These would be ones telling us, hey, you got to return. That sucks. But you see the estimated payout. We're in a positive number here. So with this book, I didn't make any sales, but I made $33.57 on it. And same thing with this book. Didn't get any sales, but I made $37.76. So what you do whenever that happens to be like, well, what the heck happened there? Come over here to more, and then you're going to drop down this Amazon fees, and you can see that it's warehouse damage. I know that there's a way to get this information because through Amazon, because obviously Sellerboard's pulling it from Amazon, but it's just easier to see it this way. And it's very nice to have it all laid out for you. Obviously, the cost of goods is going to be coming out because that's what you spent on it on the book right here. Oh, this one doesn't have the cogs. Uh-oh. Here, let's look at it a little bit more. I may have missed this one. Or I used points to buy it. Let's see. Yeah, I missed this one. See, that happens. That's why you always come back and update everything. So the cogs would be $35.99. So I'm actually not making any money. I'm actually going to lose money on this one. 5.99. Oh, 35.99. All right. It's not updated yet, but it will. But that's the power of this. Like, you need to know this in order to understand like where your profits are and everything. because that's going to bring my profits down by, you know, $35.99. And that's a big deal whenever you're looking at numbers like this. So all right, well, we updated that. Let's see if we can refresh it. Sometimes Sellerboard takes a second to add the cogs that you just put in. And if it's doing that, just throw it in again. And it should update eventually. Well, you can see that it updated the net profit, but for some reason the estimated payout still, well, I guess the estimated payout would stay the same, but for some reason, oh no, it's on there, $35.99. Here we go. Cost of goods. I was looking at sales. Cost of goods is updated, so now instead of the actual what we're gonna get for net profit, we'll get negative 242. So our net profit updated to 47.83. So see, that's huge, because like your sales doesn't move, your estimated payout doesn't move, but your profits move. And this number right here is the important number to know. If you don't know that number, you're kind of running blind. So anyways, got that updated. And then here's another one right here. The same thing, but this time we actually have the cogs. But you can see when we come over here, click on more, Amazon fees, another warehouse damage issue. But this time cogs are already in there. I already had everything updated for it. So we got an estimated payout of $37.76 and a net profit of $13.31. So all good there. So we'll go through each one of these and throw them onto my spreadsheet. Let's see. This was what is this? 2025, but it's 115. So I probably bought this in 2024. I have all my tabs up on my second screen here. So we'll throw it in here. Maybe. Is it in 2025? It is in 2025. Yep, there it is. All right. So we'll update it. We sold it on 5/5/25. Cinco de Mayo. Let's see. And then the sale price was 40. Proceeds was 25.20. 25.20. So see a net profit $10.02, and then we'll take out, on our spreadsheet at least, we'll take out the prep center fee, which is $2.25, and then the miscellaneous fee of $1. I just always throw $1 to be conservative in there, and then we'll end up with a net profit on this specific book that sold at $6.77. Let's see. I just showed my address there, anyways. Whatever. Anyways, don't send me weird stuff, guys. I'm about to move anyways, so let's see. So the Ortho Problem Solver. We bought this book definitely in 2024. Looks like November 2024. Again, 5/5/25. Looks like it took us 197 days from the time that we bought it to the time that we sold it, which is not bad. If I can get a book sold within the year, I'm happy, you know. If it takes more than a year, I probably won't go for that book again. Or evaluate the price. That way you know exactly where you're at. Sorry, I just turned off my mic, so I'm wanting to make sure that that's still recording. Let's see. Ortho Problem. Let's see. We sold it for $65, and then what's the estimated payout? The estimated payout is $43.99. And so it's made $16.96 on that. Estimated the net profit is 2021. And in my past videos I've already explained this, but just in case you're wondering why this profit number is different from this profit number, and it's because in Sellerboard I add my expenses in here. So my prep center fee and this miscellaneous fee, the prep center fee is not added into this number. It's added into my expenses. Once my prep center charges me, I'll go in there and I'll add the charge in there, which I need to update. So we got the logic of Sudoku. Update that. Got 5, 242 days to sell this. Not bad at all. We sold it for $40. This one's kind of a squeezing out something. I'm not gonna make a whole lot on this one because we bought it for $23.96, sold it for $40. Usually not good margins. As you can see, we made $4 of net profit, and then once we take out the $2.25 and the dollar, will be next to nothing. So we got 28.04, 28.04. So yeah, we made 83 cents on that one. I mean, we're in the positives. At least we made something. But that's definitely a book that I would avoid buying again. Let's see, responsibility. Oh, put that in here. Oh, what was that 2025 one? That's definitely a book. Sorry, I'm always making sure that my mic is still working, because I hate whenever I'm listening back and my mic like gave out on me because I accidentally clicked it. Let's see. Oh wait, what was the price? We sold it for $30. And then we estimated payout was 2037.37. And then essential wine tasting. I don't know if that's essential. If you ever need to essentially do that. Let's see. Maybe over here at 2025. Yes. So 25. Took us 107 days. That's a really fast moving book. $30 profit. And then the proceeds was $17.93. It's $6.44 of profit. Not a great book, but it sold really fast. So let's see. So these ones, I want to go in and make sure that I have them updated. Let's see. So we are going to say that we got a payout on 5/5/25. The sales was 0, so we keep that at 0. And then we put at 33.57 as the proceeds. Whoops. 33.57 as the proceeds. You can see that we lost $5.67, which sucks, you know. That's rough, but it is what it is, you know. Sometimes you get those and you lose some money. Looks like I was expecting to sell for 122 some, but Amazon decided that for some reason that book wasn't worth that. This one book is a little bit different. I did buy it back in 2024 and sold it on 7-Eleven. Sold it for $99.97, made $76.61, so I made $35 of profit on this guy. And you can see that I'm not quite going to be making $35 of profit, making $13 of profit, but at least it's a positive number. At least Amazon gave me something, I guess, to work with. But we'll come over here, we'll update this. Oh, I won't go through it again, I'll show my address again, but I did get this sold recently, but they canceled it right away. So I'll bet you what happened is Amazon pulled it and was getting ready to ship it, and then they canceled the order, and then as they're putting it up, or they lost it or something, they may have damaged it or something. I'm not 100% sure on that, but we'll make this 0. We'll make this 37.76 here. Wait, Yeah, 37.76. So $10. Yeah, not not a great thing, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, so that's everything. We did get a expense from my Central Virginia prep, so we'll hop over here. So on May 7th, yeah, I think it already came out. Yeah, it came out today, pretty sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in for today, so that way you can see yes, I made $205 of profit or sales, 206 payout, 47.83 of net profit. But that's not the whole story. You have to put in everything. You have to be able to put in these, or you have to put in these expenses. That way you know exactly where you're at. And that's why a seller board is huge. If you want to check it out, there is a link in the description down below. It's to me, I won't be able to run my business without it because of this right here. So 114.04, we'll just say it was today. So Central Virginia Prep, 114 point, what did I say, 04? I keep doing that. Yes, 114.04. We'll save it. You can see that brings my total expenses for the month of May to 447.03. There's a lot of future, like tomorrow, or actually today. No, that already came out. Next Insurance already came out. So 46.50 already came out. But Bookmind's going to be coming out on the 11th. And then my two accounting softwares are going to be coming out on in the future, in the middle of May. But now that we've updated that, we'll hop back over here and then we'll see what the profit's like. Well, it hasn't updated quite yet. Oh, wait, because I put it on today. We'll update that because it was yesterday that it charged my card at least. Let's see here. There's not a way. Unfortunately, once you put it in, there's not a way to up. Oh, wait. May 5th? Oh, look at there. I thought there wasn't a way to do that. Okay. So there we go. So that is the true profit that we made yesterday. Now, negative 66.21. Once you take out the expenses and once you take out everything, that is what we truly made yesterday, which sucks, like that's not what you want to see, but that is what you have to see. That is what you have to look at. That way you're not, like I could have not put that in and just turned a blind eye to that and then been like, oh, I made $66 a day. But in reality, I did not, because, I need to put in everything. I need to make sure that I know what all my expenses are and being completely honest with myself in this business, because if you're not honest with yourself, if you're not updating your expenses like you should, you're not, doing the things that you're supposed to do, you will hurt, it will hurt you later on and you'll be like, well, I did everything you said, but then you're not being honest with yourself and not looking at your actual numbers. Excuse me. So, all right, now we have updated seller board. That is step one of every day that I do. Now we'll hop over here to my admin work schedule and we will see that every day seller board, sales, update, immediate purchase spreadsheet. That is done. Now we're going to look at stranded inventory, which in my last video you would see that I had a lot because of this right here. I just had a shipment go in, and the stranded inventory happens a lot whenever that happens because my prep center lists everything at $199.99. So when that happens, I have to go through each one of those, set them at a realistic price, get them off of there, and then go from there. But see, right now I only have 2 on my stranded inventory or price alert deals. That is because this one right here, as you saw, that it was it got damaged. So for some reason they have taken it off or something, but they took it off and now it's on here, and now that I know that it's damaged, I can actually remove this and not have an issue. Which, let's see, I think what I'm gonna do is take this, come back up here, paste it in here, and then I'll just come here and then I'll delete the listing. So that way, not right now, but here in like 15 some minutes, it will remove it off of there. And then this guy, I just sold it, so I'm not gonna mess with it just in case some stuff like this happens, like the last book. If it gets returned, gets canceled, and then I'll be able to go in there, and if it gets returned and it is sellable, Amazon deems it is sellable at least, I'll be able to just have it go right back into my inventory. So, stranded inventory, done. How many of y'all take forever to handle your stranded inventory? I know I did, because it sucks. Stranded inventory is the worst. But if you handle it every single day, it gets to be easy. All right, next update. I update my eBay sales, and I don't think that I did. I had some sales yesterday, but I'm not going to do that on this channel. eBay's actually going to be taking I'm going to be taking a break from eBay for a while with my move and everything. And I'm getting a new job where I'm going to be traveling a little bit. So it's going to be harder for me to do eBay sales. So I don't think that I'm going to be doing that for at least for a good while, once I sell out of what I have in this house. All right, so moving on, now we're going to update our prep center sheet. I like to do this every day. That way I stay up to date with my prep center sheet and everything. And there are no surprises or anything. Okay, so this is my prep center sheet. What I do is I'll go through here and I'll look at, so today is, May 6th. I'll go through here and I'll find all of the deals that came in on May 5th, and then I'll copy the title. I'll throw it into my 2025 spreadsheet. Go ahead, get rid of 2024. Paste and throw it in here. So 5/5/25. So I do this that way I know that this book made it. I have this book at my prep center, and there's no issues of like, did it get lost in the mail, yada yada yada, all that stuff. And that you have to have some sort of check-in system. I guess you don't necessarily need to do it the way I'm doing it, but you have to be able to, in the online arbitrage book business, you have to have a way to get that down, because if you don't, you'll be losing a lot of money, and you won't realize it until you start, tracking that and start, putting in some kind of work to where you're checking it in and making sure that everything's good. But you can see that I got quite a bit of books that came in on yesterday. 5, and this was 4 of them, so they all checked in. But you see, like, something like this, like this doesn't have any price, doesn't have quantity, and it's zeroed out. So you can look over here. This auto populates if this column, or no, this column is blank. If the G price, or the pricing and shipping is blank, it'll just auto populate on this spreadsheet, canceled or returned to vendor. Let's see here. Oh, and then we're going back over here. And let's see here. And you see this red one right here. That just means that my prep center has deemed this unsellable. So I won't check this one in. I will go through and start a return process for this, because it says the cover is detached. So that's not an acceptable book. You can't do that. You gotta go in through there, and you got to get that returned, because some people will send you books that are very unacceptable, and that is what it is. That's part of the game. But don't try to send that in if the cover's detached, if your prep center is deciding that it's not worth selling, then don't even try it. All right, is that all of them? Besides that one? Oh, right here. Copy. Paste. I think that one. Oh no, I got two of them. There was one book got canceled on me, and the other one didn't. And boom, now you can see that my everyday work is done. I've completed it, and it's taken me, 25 minutes, and that's because I stay up on it every day. The seller board sales, obviously, the more sales you get, the more it's gonna, more time it's gonna take. But it's not like a huge amount of time. And in order to, to know where you're at, to look at your numbers every single day, I mean, it's invaluable. You have to do that type of thing. That way, you're not lying to yourself. You know exactly where you're at. Someone asks, what were your sales this month, or what were your profit looking like this month? You can tell them right away. For the month, my sales are 781, and my net profit is $66 for the month. And that doesn't that's not, I mean, it's been 6 days, so what, $10 a day, like that's that's not it's not very cool, to say, but you're building, you're building it to where whenever this month to month, or whenever it's season, when this number says 20,000, 30,000 or more, then your net profit says 10,000, 15,000. That's what you're building towards, and that's what you're gonna get to if you're honest with yourself. Um, but yeah, that's my schedule. That's what sold. That's what checked in, and everything. To me, that's a it's a sacrifice you have to make to keep your business in line. And I think that's invaluable. But there's links in the description down below for the seller board. And I didn't really go over SellerAmp, but SellerAmp is another one that really helps you kind of see where you're at. But those two links are down there if you want to check them out. It will help the channel out if you click those links, and I would appreciate it.